Hello YouTube. Today I'm going to show you how to install Proxychains 4, or as it's called, Proxychains Next Generation. Okay, now most of you will probably know there is already a version of Proxychains installed in Kali Linux. However, when using this version of Proxychains with the Tor network, it doesn't actually work. Now, a lot of people don't actually know this because it doesn't give any type of error message, it just doesn't hide your IP. You can test this yourself by setting up Proxychains that's built in and going onto your browser such as Firefox and just checking out your IP. You'll see that it hasn't actually changed your IP, or checking your DNS servers, it hasn't changed that at all. So I'm going to show you how to get Proxychains properly working. Sorry, I couldn't say that word there. Okay. Now, I've actually done this, so you're going to have to follow along. I've already done this, so I probably won't be running most of these commands, however I will be showing you. The first thing you want to do is install Tor. Apt install Tor. Just run that. As you can see, I've actually already done that. But once that's installed, what you need to do now is actually clone the new version of Proxychains from the Git repository. So, you need to cd. In fact, if I just go into a new folder to do this, just so it don't give me errors. So if I'm making a directory, right, okay, now if you git clone https:// git hub.com/rofl0r/proxychains-NG.git. Now if you run that, it should clone into the directory you've just made. Okay, now you need to cd into that directory you've just made, so cd proxychains-NG. Now you need to run /configure. This will just configure the package ready to be made by GCC. You don't have to worry about that if you don't know what I'm on about, just follow my commands. So /configure, run that. Now you need to run make. Now that'll make all the packages. Now if you run make install, that'll actually install Proxychains 4 into Kali Linux's path, so that you don't have to go into the Proxychains folder to run it. You can run it from the command line wherever you are. Okay, I won't do that as I've already done it. Then after that, you want to do make install config. Now this will do exactly the same thing, but it'll install the proxychains.config file into the Kali Linux's path so that it can be used. Okay, again, I've already done that, so I won't do it. Okay, now that you've done that, you need to actually edit the config file that you've just moved. Now the normal Proxychains config file is in etc proxychains.conf. This is in a different directory so that you can still use the original Proxychains that was installed on Kali as well as this new version, just to compare them if ever need be. So this one is in USR or user local /etc proxychains.conf. So now we've edited that in gedit. I'll just bring it here to show you. Again, I've already done this, but just follow along. Now, if you go near the top, you'll see dynamic chain. On your version, there'll be an hashtag before it. The hashtags, if you don't already know, just means ignore this line. It's just a comment for the developer or the user to understand what's going on. It's not a command. If you remove that hashtag, it will then become a command. So you want to remove the hashtag, delete, and then there won't be an hashtag before strict chain, so put one there. That'll comment out strict chain and allow it to be a dynamic chain. That basically means exactly what it says here. If you do put proxies as well as the Tor network in your list, which I'll show you in a second, it'll jump between them using random ones, and if one doesn't work, it'll choose another one. So you're always from a different location. You can always use different proxies. However, just the Tor network will be fine for our purposes. Okay, now you've done that, you want to go down to proxy DNS about halfway down. On yours, this won't be commented out. Just put an hashtag before it's commented out, as this does cause errors sometimes, so it's always best not to use it. And I will be showing you how to change your DNS servers to a different DNS anyway. So some sites, they can track you from the DNS server you're using, as well as your IP. They do it in different ways, so I'll be showing you how to change your DNS server, and obviously Proxychains will hide your IP. Okay, now if you go down to the bottom, you'll notice this. Yours will say SOCKS 4, not SOCKS 5. SOCKS 4 127.0.0.1.9050. That's actually the proxy address of Tor. Now you want to change the 4 to 5, so it's a SOCKS 5 instead of SOCKS 4. That'll just give it a bit more scope. Okay, SOCKS 5 127.0.0.1.9050. Now, like I said, if you do want to use other proxies on here, if you feel the need to, and you know where to get any good ones from, public ones will generally be slow, so it's best to avoid them. But if you do want to use them, you just put them on the following line in the exact same format. SOCKS 5 or SOCKS 4 HTTP, the IP address, and the port number. Okay? But Tor will be fine for our purposes. So now you want to save that. And then you can close it. Now Proxychains is set up. Okay. Now before I show you how to use it, I'll just show you how to change your DNS servers. If you open your internet browser, now if you search for OpenNIC, it's usually the top one, the OpenNIC project, opennic.org. If you go there, on the first page it gives you, it will actually suggest some DNS servers, both IPv4 and IPv6 addresses. These are generally the servers that are closest to you and are working the best. However, you don't have to use it if you don't want to, and it's probably best to follow what I'm doing here. So if you go to the top of the page, just click Servers. You'll be presented with this new page. Now at the top here you'll see a list of country codes. Now it's probably best to click the country you're in, or one pretty close to you. I'm going to select France. Now on the left you'll see a set of coloured flags. These flags actually mean different things. For example, it gives you a table here. The blue ones are anonymised logs, the purple don't keep any logs at all, etc. We actually want to go for purple preferably, as there's no logs kept at all, which is always best for our purposes. So first of all, you want to select one with purple flag, giving you an IPv4 address, like that. Then right click, copy that. You don't have to choose an IPv4 and IPv6 address on the same server. They can be on different servers if you want. It doesn't really matter. Now, you want to go to your settings. Go to Wi-Fi. Now you want to go to the settings, your actual Wi-Fi network. On Kali Linux, it's this actual little sun sign here. So if we'll click that on my Wi-Fi network, then go over to the IPv4 tab, you'll notice that it's set to use an automatic DHCP addresses. That's fine. However, you want to go down to DNS and take that off automatic, so it's manual. And then this box will be blank for you, so you want to paste in the address you just copied. Okay, so now that will use that new DNS server for IPv4 addresses. So you want to apply that. Now go back to your browser, do exactly the same for IPv6. This one with purple flag would be fine, so we'd highlight that. Right click, copy. We can actually close our browser now. Back to your Wi-Fi settings, we'll click this sun symbol again. Now we go over to the IPv6 tab this time. As I say, again you want to change it from automatic, turn automatic off on your DNS tab. This will be blank for you at the moment. Right click and paste in your new DNS server. I'm not going to change mine as I'm happy with that. And then click apply again. Now both your IPv4 and IPv6 addresses, DNS server addresses have been changed. Now you need to restart your internet connection once you've done that by just simply clicking the little Wi-Fi symbol, the third symbol on the right, or however you want to restart it really. Once that's restarted, it'll pick up the new DNS servers. Okay, now you can close your settings. Okay, now our DNS servers have been changed and we've set up Proxychains 4. So to use it, you simply put Proxychains 4 before any application you wish to anonymise, such as Nmap, Firefox, or any other online application in Kali. It generally works with 90% of your online tools, and it will anonymise you. However, before you do that, let me just clear my terminal. You will need to run the Tor network, else you won't obviously be able to run through the Tor proxy, so you won't be anonymising nothing. A lot of people will do service Tor start to start the Tor service. Now if you run that, it'll generally work fine, but it won't give you any type of messages to indicate if it's worked or if there's been a problem or what have you. So I always find it best just delete that. Just to generally just run Tor, type Tor. Now if you see, you'll see bootstrapping, and eventually it'll be, well, within seconds it'll be bootstrapped 100%. Now that's done. Don't close this terminal. You will actually need to keep this terminal open for the Tor network to be active. So we'll just minimise that for now, leave it in the background. Let me open a new terminal. Make that a bit bigger for you. Nice big text. Okay, now like I said, the Tor network's working, we've installed Proxychains, we've changed our DNS servers, we should be totally anonymous. So you can run Proxychains. Remember to type Proxychains 4 before anything you use, such as Nmap, Proxychains for Nmap. I'll just scan myself, for example. A bit pointless, but just as an example. I know I'll run Proxychains for Firefox. I'll just show you that my IP has actually changed on this method, just to show that this does work unlike the original Proxychains. Okay. Now this will be a tiny bit slower than your normal connection, obviously it's because it's got a few more ops included to go for the Tor network, so you'll have to expect that, although it won't be super slow. Now as you can see here, it's got Google offered in the Netherlands, which is basically saying the IP address I'm using is from the Netherlands, which obviously it's not. I'm actually from the UK, so that's not using my IP, but let's just double check. So what is my IP? Of course, I should have expected this. Right, you will sometimes get this when you're checking your IP and such, because remember you're in the Tor network, so a lot of people would have actually probably come to this site and checked their IP just to see if Tor is anonymising them. You've got to expect that when you're using Tor. So they're probably thinking, why are so many people from this IP coming to this site? So they're making sure you're not a robot. Don't know why I did that. Okay. Now sometimes you got to expect this, of course. this won't actually happen on most sites. As I said, it'll happen on your IP site sometimes, because a lot of people from the Tor network will be doing exactly the same thing, checking their IP is being anonymised. Now, as you can see, it says my IP is from India. I am not from India, so you can see it's working. I'm actually from the UK. Okay. Now I could do the same, go back to Google and check my DNS through, check your DNS type site, and you'll see it won't show the DNS server from my ISP or what have you. It will show the ones I've just put into here. So there you go. That's how you anonymise yourself properly with Proxychains 4, a working version of Proxychains. Okay. Please share, subscribe or like. I hope you like this video and keep safe.